It's the opening splits, right? Because if you decide that on the attacking side and C side, 5-man hit church, well, defensively, how are you going to approach that, try and set up? And more importantly, the mind games and the mental aspect as control goes on, when you get into the third, fourth round, when you already know the opening strat that has been used against you so far this map, how do you adapt? How do you react? But without further ado, game 3 underway. As we said, it's Faze with a 2-0 lead. It seems like, for now at least, Faze going to go with the traditional B hit.
Gotta go for B, get the easy one out of the way, see if they can do it. Sliding on in, gonna get concussed, gonna probably get taken down alive for the moment, but his teammates have all fallen around him. And while you want to talk about a good defensive stand, well, Envy's gonna get exactly that. Crowder's by himself, and he's gonna get dropped already, 29-25.
And look at the pressure that Envy tried to apply. They flew straight up to try and get that spawn kill, at least 1-2 free kills. Crowder, wow, wins the gunfight against Ace. Did not expect that, if I'm being honest. And you'll see once again, Faze pushing in, trying to get a couple of ticks over towards B. The defensive stance is still there, Assault on your screens, trying to find a couple of picks. He's going to be challenged by Methods. An easy double kill for him.
And if you're trying to think about what to do over at this B site, outer control is huge, and that is what Assault is trying to lock down, finding kill after kill. He's only on a 3 streak, but it seems like a lot more, and honestly, fairly close to those score streaks. Has 2 outside, but at this point, I just play for him. See what you can do. He's tagging a lot of players up. Eventually, the nade is going to take him down. And now Faze, they're making a strong push. Priest is able to pick up 2. He's going to find a 3rd as well. They're finally inside. 1 tick through. You still need 2 more.
And Zuma pushes straight through the control point as well. We'll keep our eye on the kills, 18-16 in favor of Faze. As Zuma's just going to get a little bad timing, but in terms of the capture progress on the zone, you can see they're halfway. That final 3rd tick, they should be good. App may go for 1 final push, but don't want to give anything away here. Now it's just going to come down to try and pick up this free kill. You can try and level things up. Crowder still trying to find that pick. Has Methods in support. Methods will go down, and again, extra time added to the clock, 1:30, and the current lives 15-14.
And you can see Faze, it's kind of similar to what they did in the S&D. They're going for the full spread. You got Crowder over towards this B site, but now the rest of them are pushing on through barrels, and they're just trying to be a nuisance. Zuma, he's always going to be behind you at some point or another, and this is what Faze is looking for. They're trying to get the setup, trying to get these spawn kills, and there's the opening they just need.
Yeah, and they don't even need to get any trades whatsoever there for Team Envy, so 15-11. Current score is Assault sat defensively in Zone A, trying to find any picks he can, but the contest is going to come through. Has to heal. Hoop with a double. That relieves a little bit of pressure. And more importantly, the kill's now tied at 10-10 with less than 60 seconds on the clock.
And Envy did a fantastic job of clearing out their base as well, so now they don't have to be nearly as concerned. Of course, a lot of pressure still coming in through barrels, but Envy, you can stack up inside the hill. There's only a handful of entrances to watch, and you got, well, 5 players on your team. You can handle it from the inside. With a tie game in terms of kills, Envy's looking pretty good to get this one down. Faze, they're going to have to get a pretty solid break, but they simply do not have a lot of time.
Time working against us once again. A similar flank we saw from Faze not working out in their favor. 8-5, and Envy simply parked the bus inside the A control point. They have the numbers, they have the advantage. This should be almost impossible. If you're Assault, you may want to try and consider playing for those streaks. Never mind, we will fall. Faze down to their final 3 lives, final 2 lives, final 1 life, and it is going to be attached. Who will fall inside the hill. Another good start from Team Envy.
And that's a pretty solid round on C-side, I would say. A bit as expected, the defense is going to be a little bit favored. You saw there was a couple times. Faze, Zuma gets behind enemy lines. Silly does a really nice job to back up, hunt him down, make sure there's no confusion. 3 players from Faze end up pushing inside their base. They take the time, clear them out. They're going to do everything right. Envy is not a team that's going to make very many mistakes. We heard their communication earlier. It's going to be very good. And it's tough to see. Now we can see what Envy tries to do on the attack as well.
I would love to see a church hit. Just do something a little unconventional.
4 through barrels, just go.
Yeah, just go crazy, and I mean we'll see if maybe that's going to be the game plan, or keep it traditional and standard. Well, it looks like standard is going to be the play call. Keep your eye on Aches though. He's going to be playing over towards mid-map. Should be able to get the easy cut on towards Priest. This play there, if nothing else, is going to call it out, but Priest still wins the gunfight. Aches though setting up a little bit of a pinch. He's going to be a little late to the party, but could really have an influence on how the initial opening fights go. He's going to find 2. Nicely done from Aches.
The kills are going to be even, though. You got Faze. They got a bunch of players trying to go for their turn again. Methods on this outer control gets taken down by Huke. And, well, they're definitely going to be able to at least get 1 tick on board. The question is, how aggressive is Faze going to be? Because right now, there's only 3 players nearby. The concussion comes in. They're on the move.
I keep your eye on Apathy as well. He went straight around the outside of the A hill, trying to go for some small kills. I don't think he was very successful. But more importantly, it's Aches with streaks. Earns himself his 1st and 2nd.
take it. Two can be big, and they're trying to get the pressure in. You see the contest coming in. Faze inside the hill, Envy inside the hill. They're all over the place, and it looks like Faze right now, they're coming up on top, but only slightly. It's a close game, and again, if you're down by a kill and you got a lightning strike, you got a hellstorm, you're feeling kind of comfortable.
It's just when do you want to invest those streaks? Do you save them or do you go for them? That's a nice win there from Attach as 4 players from Team Envious will now fall, and Faze should be able to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. Zoomer instantly turns around, could maybe go for some small kills here.
19 to 15. Gotta keep an eye on the number of lives. Zumi's looking for the hunt, has a concussion, feels the pressure, and he's got the help behind him of Priesta. He's just surging forward. He has no in his heart. He's gonna keep on going, and this is just so problematic for Envy. They're spawning out 3 seconds later. They're getting shot by Zuma. And that just means, again, 1.5 minutes on the clock. They have to cross the entire map just to even get near the hill. But Faze are going to be on respawns. It's so difficult when they have that much map control.
5-kill lead, 1:20 still to go. Envious look to give themselves another round cushion. In this control, there are some specials available. I don't think we're going to see them just yet. Aches terribly unlucky there not to find that pick with the nade if nothing else. 13 to 9. Envy starting to close the gap here, and still a little bit of time to play with. A nice opening win there from Hook, and Aches is going to invest. The Hellstorm finds Priesta, and now the captures can begin.
And he's inside the hill with Gravity Slam. If they get near him, he's going to have at least a free kill if they stack up, potentially more. But they're going to have to get in the hill just to contest, and there's going to come. But Priesta had one of his own. He takes him down. App finds too. Faze is in the hill. They're going to be able to get the wipe, and Eggs does get dropped. The potential was there, but the better Gravity Slam, it was Priesta.
It was Grav Slam versus Grav Slam. And as you said, it was Faze that came out on top. Just 4 lives remain for Team Envious. They've managed to get 1 tick into A. Faze with 8 lives. Timed very much against Faze, but Priesta does spot Hook. Looking now for more. 3 lives left. Be so careful. Trade's not even going to be good enough at this point. 2 lives remain as opposed to the 6 to Faze. 30 seconds on the clock. You would need a miracle here for Team Envious.
I don't think a miracle is going to happen. The thing I'm going to point out is, of course, you still have that Hellstorm. You still have that Lightning Strike in the back pocket for Aches.
No, use the Hellstorm. Use the Hellstorm on their initial push.
So you don't have that Hellstorm.
I believe you still have the Lightning Strike, though.
So you have at least one. So the question is, do you want to use it on defense? Because if you're thinking like, okay, well, we won the first defense, we want to burn it, we want to try to get that offensive win. The question is, when are the good situations coming? And of course, if you get a clean 5 down, then they spawn if you just kill them with streaks, and like it's a perfect situation, but we'll see.
The scary thing for me is I'm not sure if Aches actually pinged the Lightning Strike as well. I think he may have done that in that round to get a little bit of extra information when they were trying to go for that push. We'll wait and see, but Aches still with just the 1 streak remaining. And as you can see, a pretty heavy B push once again from Faze.
Standard stuff. It's worth pointing out, by the way, Priester, 21 kills, leading the lobby. He is having himself a field day. Make it 22 as he gets that entry kill. But, of course, now Attach. He's just zapping people oh so slowly, slowing it down, looking for some chains, and Crowder with the beat down, able to find 2. It takes a Tempest. But you do have a slight kill advantage, and he's looking for more.
Oh, well, when you can shoot a Tempest like that, definitely going to have to be very helpful in your assault over towards the B hill. Running out of time, though, and there you will see the Lightning Strike invested by Aches. It finds 1. Hook there as well to shut down Crowder. Attach still not wanting to give this up just yet. Not even managed to find himself a full tick into B. Another good defensive stand here from Team Envious.
And I think ultimately here, Envy, you're definitely playing for kills. You're expecting at some point Faze is going to be able to overrun this B site unless you play spectacular. You need to make sure the kills consistently go in your favor for the end game when things go over towards A. And it looks like so far so good for Envy. That's going to be 3 down in that engagement. They just have all of their bases covered.
Yeah, 4-for-1 trade. You will take that if you're Team Envy. So you can see the instant aggression from Hook. 375 points away from streaks. You have Assault 500 points away from streaks. But more importantly, 27 seconds left here in this round. Faze, they have the lives, but just not able to get enough pressure on the hills. Finally, they will find themselves a little bit of pressure over towards B, but is it enough?
You can see Envy. They're actually being very cautious about someone flanking through barrels. You see it's actually going to be Aches that he was waiting back behind enemy lines because it's Methods that's going on the full flank, and while that's happening, Priest inside the hill, getting killed by Assault after he's picking up kills. Now just 15 seconds left. Faze, they don't even have any ticks at all. They are just in a very terrible situation.
Oh,
they got to go, and it's not
P.
well.
A beautiful double, look for more, triple, why not? Quadra! Beautiful from Patty P! Getting a 1 more, it's gonna be Crowder in his sights. It doesn't matter. Aches with the damage in the round. and Envy with the advantage is something so crucial to note. They still have their Tempest.
Is that two-time world champ?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Frying on the main stage, day one of Black Ops 4. We might be able to get to see it again.
Oh, we definitely will in this replay. You can see the nice movement comes out from Aches. Recognizes the challenge is going to come through as Attach does find one of his teammates, but the snapper, the laser beams right there from Aches. And Envy, I mean, you said they might not be able to play almost perfectly and hold defensively, but they do just that, and now they have the 2-to-1 advantage in the control.
They ran them over. That was
They
the
steamrolled them, Chance. That
end.
wasn't close.
That was brutal to watch, and of course, now you see a little bit different opening strat. Two players are trying to go mid-map. Now Assault's doing what Attach did early on, pulling out the Tempest, but all his teammates are falling around. He's able to pick up one.
Oh.
He's only going to be on the ground, finding the second. He's just
down.
re-downing people as much as possible.
He needs a little bit of assistance from the teammates, though. Of course, you can see the hill starting to be capped. Assault recognizing how important the outside lane is going to be. You hear in the background, crowd are rattling off the war machine. Ook will find one as well, and Envy investing so many resources in going for the early cap here towards B. The Tempest still with just a little bit of juice left. Is he even going to be able to fire the last shot? No, he won't. But more importantly, 1.5 ticks now currently into B. They should be good to secure at least 2. And if you're Faze, do you even want to push it at this point?
I don't know if you do. Honestly, it's not going well so far. They got a little pressure mid-map, but they're just getting taken down from every which angle. Envy is just storming through, getting kills all over the place. They already have a 7-kill lead. Aches with the war machine, though.
Oh,
he's going to find a lot of trouble. He's going to get taken down, but he does take Mythos with him. But now all of a sudden, you got every player on the map over by it.
And keep your eyes on the kill count as well. As things get scrappy, as things get a little crazy, the trades coming through. So crucial for Faze to stop the bleeding in terms of the kill deficit. 19-15, the advantage for Team Envious. But currently, no ticks into A. Faze defending this hill with their lives.
And I mean, look, Envy, they have plenty of time. Minute 42 to work with. Just play smart. They're going to get 3 down, and now you can actually start setting up for the spawn kills. Aches is going to be the first one there, and it depends. Does Faze do the smart thing and go and clear out the base? Gunfights are now going down inside the hill. Priest has got to go huge for the team. Has players and checkers, he's going to get dropped, and now, well, Envy's inside. They're in a great spot to win this match.
And Aches with a great cross of anyone from Faze coming off spawn, trying to push into the A hill. That may relieve a little bit of pressure for Team Envious. The kills once again all in favor of the boys in blue. Faze down to their final 5 lives. They need to push in. A is being capped by Team Envious. They have 2 ticks in, but Faze can't find an entryway whatsoever. The flank coming in from Assault. There's one. Will he find the second? No, he won't. But again, trade's not going to be good enough as Priest finally jumps in. The grab slam to no avail. Faze with just 1 life left. Down goes Attach, and Team Envious make it a series.
No 3-0s here, no sir, not on the world champs. A fantastic game to control at the end, and I think the biggest thing for me, Ben, it was the specialists.
Yep, the effective use, the timing of them as well. Too much to handle there for Faze Clan, and you know, you talk about how this series has gone. Map number 1, yes, it goes to Faze. It was back and forth action up until the final 2 hills, a search and destroy, a round 11. And then, of course, Envy's really showing a lot of control in game 3, but as it stands, Faze still with the advantage, 2-1 in the series.
It does look like Team Envy is managing to wake up a little bit there on Alpha, but over on Bravo, we have the debut of 100 Thieves versus Team Reciprocity.
I think that 100 Thieves did a good job in this offseason. I think they managed to get, in my opinion, the second strongest team on paper, skill-wise, behind Luminosity. Like, this team's incredible on paper. If they can put it together, I could easily see them taking this event.
I totally agree. They had a bit of a shaky start in this matchup. We had Reciprocity, excuse me. Ooh, Reciprocity. That's going to be a team name.
Struggle.
We're going to get there by the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. But Rec had a great start, and it wasn't until Octane hit some maybe 3 or 4 incredible Tempest shots to completely turn this one around in the second hill on the second rotation. And now, all of a sudden, 100 Thieves are looking fantastic. Like, their pulls went out. Zed with a nice 3-piece there. This is a very, very high-skill game so far to watch. This has been a treat. From start to finish, this has been a blast. I'm already loving this squad.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much slaying power on the side of 100 Thieves. It's going to be tough for Reciprocity to go up against a team like this and Respawn. I would expect Reciprocity to have to take the search and destroys and, you know, maybe steal that control to take the series off them. But with 100 Thieves, it's like pick your poison. Who's going to go off on what map? Octane's going off right now. That could very well be Slash or Kenny at any moment. And right now, yeah, they're doing very well. But like you said, it started off, Reciprocity looked pretty good, but now 100 Thieves is just steamrolling through.
I'm excited for the future of the tournament for Reciprocity because I'm really intrigued by them adding an Australian to their roster. Right. It's the first time that's happened, right?
This is the first time this ever happened. This is now the champions of the Commonwealth right here. Just, I hereby dub thee champs of the Commonwealth. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good squad. Den's obviously he's a fantastic player from APAC. He's been a standout, a real standout for as long as I can remember. So, you know, I'm excited to see how he performs. And again, I think he's in there with a good bunch, you know. Tommy's a great leader. Zed had a really fantastic year last year on World War II. Shawnee's a beast, let's face it. And
I love Shawnee.
Wuskin really became, you know, one of my favorite players to watch towards the end of the year. That Unilad roster was so fun. They were so exciting to watch. And, you know, this is already a good sign.
Do you think this team has a ceiling, like how high these guys can go?
I think they could be really good. Last year, Unilad was one of my favorite teams to watch. They played with so much intensity, right? I love the intensity they bring to the table. And Shawnee and Wuskin, they're very consistent players. And I thought last year, towards the end of the year, Shawnee started to become a standout player on that roster. He started to play so good. And I'm excited to see what they can do here, especially having Dens on this team. I'm used to seeing Dens on that Mind Freak roster, and I want to see how he plays with new teammates. But right now, it's looking pretty slow for Reciprocity.
That's one interesting thing to note, is like, what does it look like when you take a player out of their region entirely? How do they fit in with another region? How do they fit in with playstyles? How do they fit in culturally? You know, like, I think England and, you know, the UK and Australia, they're relatively similarly culturally. What is it going to be like, though, when, like, in playstyles? Dens is such a standout player in Australia. Is he going to be a standout here? Is he going to make as big a difference on this roster? Or is he kind of just going to fold in and be kind of just another, you know, brick in the wall at this point?
It depends on what you're set up for, right? Like, on a team like this, I would anticipate them to kind of play around him and maybe Wuskin, set them up to slay. But right there, 100 Thieves making quick work. Good map out of them.
Absolutely, and now we're back to Alpha because it is map 3 with Ben and Chance.
Thank you very much, KT, as we head over towards this hardpoint frequency. As the fans face on 2-1 up. And Envious with a fantastic game 3. They're going to start game 4. Pretty much where they left off here, Chance. A nice early lead.
Working on that reverse sweep. It's worth pointing out, in the first hard point, there was a ton of hills where a team loses one hill, but they get the rotations the next, and so far that's what, well, it's going to be what FaZe is attempting to do. Yes, the first hill did not go great for them, but they're picking up scrap time, and more importantly, the rotation is going to be there. But Prisa, a lot of pressure's on him. You see all those blue airs are going to swarm. He's going to get tagged up from it, and he just dips. He just leaves him. See if he can make a play, and they're going to get caught out. Assault eventually makes the read, and now Zuma's the one in the back. He gets traded, and all of a sudden, well, FaZe, they had the opportunity, but now it looks like Assault, at the very least, is blocking the spots.
Yeah, he's blocking, but for how long? Not long enough. The instant challenge comes through from Methods. FaZe should have the advantage. And we'll see how Team Envious is going to try and attack this hill. The early couple of kills is definitely going to be helpful, but as we said, FaZe still controlling the spawn, so the resources will be there very, very quickly as Envy flies straight through the front door, looking for more kills. They're going to have to shut down Attach as he finds himself one. A team kill does come through as well, and now you can see the effect that's going to happen. FaZe starts spawning out.
And they know exactly what was going to happen. AX number 9 on the minimap, he turned exactly. He knew where FaZe was going to spawn, knew they put enough pressure on the hill, but obviously it doesn't really matter in the end when FaZe is able to get control. And now, of course, the spawns have completely flipped, but at the same time, the spawns aren't great, but if you get inside the hill, 20 seconds of scrap is a pretty solid amount of time, and it looks like they're going to be able to get it in the rotation as well. They're winning that. They're on the other side of the map. Envy is everywhere.
That's the key for Assault and also his teammate App to stay alive at this side of the map. Your other teammates on the flip side that played for the scrap did very, very well. So they should be good to pick up the time. You can see FaZe still spawning on the old hill there. It's going to be attached with a long, long journey on his for his feet, as well as going to be Zoomer spawning out. So for Envy, this is a good chance to really start to give yourself a big, big lead in this hardpoint.
This is just both teams constantly spawning each other out, constantly blocking spawns, just all over the place. But now you got Silly inside the hill. He's got the SOG again. Him and Apathy did make that switch, and he's doing damage with it as well. He's just being a nuisance right here. Just stay alive. Keep on peeking out. Stop those players from coming down. You can see Hugh, he's on the wing, helping out Silly. So Silly, he can be wherever he needs. He needs to go top window, he's going to be there. Hugh, if he needs to push up, he can do that. FaZe is having so much trouble getting through. They do get the back spawn, but so much time has already gone the way of Envy.
That's the key. 20 seconds of time still left, and it looks like it's good for Team Envious. They really have to defend one more push as Silly just flies at Zuma. No respect whatsoever. Hardpoint contested. App will fall, but it's only going to be 10 seconds. Envy with a nice lead. 81 to around about, what, 51 when the hill rotates.
And what a fantastic hold that was again. That started out with them spawning out at the hill before that, but that's the past. We're looking towards the future, and Envy has won the rotation. They're in the hurl early. And now Apathy, again, the Maddox player, he's taking these long-range gunfights. This is what he needs to do. Make the adjustments, and it's seems to be treating him well. Huke up top, at least gets 1 kill before he dies. Envy holding strong.
The one thing you'd like to see if you're boys in blue fan is potentially some streaks, right? They're really stringing together a bit of momentum here, but streaks could seal the deal for this map. They have double Faze cleanse points. Still plenty of time to go though. As attach challenges and X managed to put some damage down. I believe. However, though, both players still alive. The consistent trades come through. 25 seconds left. 8 springs into life in the hill. He finds one. Methods goes down. Hardpoint contested once again, though. The final 20 seconds, and Aches playing lights out Call of Duty right now.
And again, that is just such a fantastic hold. Faze was literally pinching from every single angle, and they made the perfect reads. They're working on specialists. They're ahead of the game. It's a snowball effect. If you get the kills early on, you're going to be building them up, and Yuke is building all the momentum he can.
And I really want to see here Aches invest the War Machine to get him streaks. Perfectly done, but he has to now find the kills to come with the War Machine. You see him 135 away from streaks. A couple of picks would do it. Freeze's gonna fly, and he probably have to grab some. I think you have to recognize that, but the kills still come through. Aches gets himself a lightning strike as well. Straight back out to the Maddox. Can he find anything else? Attached mid-map, of course, gonna throw the nade just for safety, if nothing else. And bear in mind, whilst Aches is going on this rampage, Team Heavy is getting all this hill time. Aches still looking to try and find that tier 3 streak.
If he gets this next streak, that is just gonna be so difficult for Faze to deal with. That is not gonna be a happy spot. And of course, he got Yuke, by the way, got the gravity spikes. He's gonna get shut down. Aches still looking for more.
80
and now
points.
this is it. 1 kill away, and he's going to get a strike team. And again, that is just, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much game over.
You have to really rely heavily here, though, if you're Aches on apathy with a good rotation over towards New. Instead, he's going to have to invest a streak. Looking just 50 points away. He's going to be so close. At least a kill with the Lightning would do it. But no, not going to get it just yet. A Hellstorm still available to invest, but the lead is absolutely massive. The nade is gonna miss. He's looking for the plus 50. Doesn't even matter. He gets himself a strike team. This is a 2-time world champ. Lighting up your main stage, trying to force Envy to a game 5. And Faze, they have been outgunned. They have been outclassed here in game 4.
And this is gonna be fun to watch. The strike, or the sniper's nest, not too hard to shoot down. The attack hover, it's not fun to deal with, but it's manageable. The strike team, it can be brutal. Those are some super, you just called in 2 more Hukes on the map, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They are tough to deal with.
Pretty powerful, that's for sure. And bear in mind, you still have another Hook as well to deal with as he finds one. Aches is having the map of his life, 19 and 8. Double positive, and already you can see Envy's intent, thinking about the rotations with still 25 seconds left in it.
And I'm trying to keep track. I think that's 4 kills so far coming in from the strike team. I believe it might be more. I'm not sure. And they're going to stay on the map as well. And hey, that's number 5 on Methods. Priest has pulled out the Rampart, which is just, there's so much going on, man. But of course, Envy, just a massive lead attached. He's trying to do what he can with the Tempest to keep him at bay, but again, it's just so tough at this point to deal with, man.
This is a super important play, though, because he's trying to anchor the small ones, but sadly misses the crucial shot. You still have Crowder in the hill with a War Machine. He's firing off left and right, finds himself a double for now. Faze will stay alive, and there is a potential for a comeback, but one thing's for sure, Crowder needs to get his streaks. 185 away from a Lightning, pulls away from the hill, looking for a couple of picks. The strike team's still up on the map.
And it's everything burned as well. That's Vision gone, Tempest gone, War Machine gone. I think 6 kills now from that strike team again. It's just, they're so difficult to deal with, Ben. And like, I don't know if these players even...
Oh no. Oh no. That's not gone well. That sums up this map. Yep.
I was going to say, I don't even know if these guys have launchers set up on their classes to potentially deal with them. I'm not sure what they have at their disposal, but Envy, they have everything they could possibly need. Aches is just insane right now, has the most time in the hill, has the most kills in the lobby. He's killing himself, but it doesn't matter because he's taking Zuma with him. What a fantastic performance so far from Envy. Their holds have been pristine.
216 to 88. Envy, flawless hardpoint is silly now. Being aggressive, 340 away from a streak of his own. Attach will shut him down, but this feels almost like a victory lap. And once again, it seems fitting. The first game of Black Ops 4 that I cast heads to a game 5.
It's always got to be game 5.
Always got to be game 5, Chance. Get ready, because we're in for a long year, brother.
Well, you know, Faze could still make this comeback. I mean, what's 130 points,
yeah.
really?
It's happening, right?
2+ minutes in the hill. Envy's got control. Assault's got a Tempest, and he's using it pretty well. I will say, again, similar to last map, the specialist usage has been pretty fantastic for Envy. You got the War Machine that helped get you streaks, which obviously you get a strike team, you just kind of win the game. You got a Tempest putting in work. It's Envy doing everything right. What more can you say?
Potentially going for that reverse sweep. Faze started off so well, and let's not forget how close that game 2 search was as well. Goes the distance, round 11. We could be in for a nail-biting Game 5 if you're a FaZe fan or Team Envious fan. But one thing's for sure, this Game 4 not close in the slightest. As Crowd are trying to just keep FaZe alive for an extra few moments, but realistically this could be the hill where this map comes to an end.
At the same time, you got a couple streaks on board. They're trying to work on the comeback. FaZe does not have no in their heart. They're going to do everything they can. Of course, the problem is plenty of time on the hill, but Envy currently have the better spawns for them. So they're going to need to get pretty much a 5-man wipe. You got to push through. He's having to use the lightning strike, and they're just going to get cleaned up. Envy's going to be inside the hill. The lightning strike is only able to find one. Priest is inside. The beatdown doesn't quite finish on him, but he's got to contest, and there's just so much to do in Envy. It looks like they should be strong a couple more seconds.
I mean, the problem you have for FaZe, if you're trying to mount one of the greatest comebacks in Call of Duty history, if you're Envy, you can just play for scrap time, right? You need 3 more points. You can fly the hill with 4 seconds left, 5-man push it, and you don't even have to worry about the spawns for new. That's the problem, of course, that FaZe Clan would have in the new hill about to pop. Envy's ready and waiting. Methods will contest, but War Machine rattles through. Ace finds one. Envy in the hill. Envy seal the deal here in Game 4, and the reverse sweep is on.